Community Christmas lunch turns into a nightmare for a good-hearted volunteer. I moved to a small town in Western Australia at the beginning of this year, and it's such a lovely place to live. But right now, I'm feeling really disappointed. A wonderful lady in my community decided to set up and host a Christmas lunch for those who were having a hard time or who were alone this Christmas. She spent thousands of dollars on food, decorations, and the venue because it was too hot to host outside, 39 degrees Celsius on Christmas Day, that's 102 degrees Fahrenheit for those in other countries. She donated her Christmas Day to make this happen, thinking she was doing something kind for her community. She opened the event to anyone who wanted to come, not just the poor or lonely, and all people had to do was RSVP. I even donated some plates and platters for the event, and we had been in communication about it. She posted pictures today of how the venue looked, but there were no photos of the event itself. Community Christmas lunch turns into a nightmare for a good-hearted volunteer. Part 2. I messaged her today to ask how it went, and her response was so disappointing. Apparently, nobody stayed. Whole families, decked out in their new clothes, kids with their new iPhones, showed up, grabbed the food, took away plates of it, and then just left. She told me that people were coming in, helping themselves to whole roast chickens, massive platters of food, and desserts, then walking out. It's such a small community that everyone knows each other, and she said that none of these people really needed the food, they could have easily afforded to buy it themselves. All that time, money, and effort she spent on planning, decorations, entertainment, and food for people who didn't need it, and they didn't even stay to eat it. She was left with nothing, and her own Christmas Day was ruined by this. Community Christmas lunch turns into a nightmare for a good-hearted volunteer. Part 3. To make matters worse, one man even yelled at her because she didn't provide presents for his kids. He hadn't even RSVP'd. So after all the setup, preparation, and money spent on the community Christmas lunch, people just showed up, grabbed food, demanded more, and left without a second thought. She's a really good person, but I'm really hoping that next year she doesn't try this again. It's just so disheartening to see people take advantage of her kindness in such a thoughtless way.